Hello guys, welcome back to Coding Cafe. My name is Mohammed Ali and in this video we will learn all about abstraction in object-oriented programming using C# language in Visual Studio. In this video we will talk about first what is abstraction, what is abstract class and abstract methods, and then we will implement the whole abstraction concept in Visual Studio using C# language. So first of all, what is abstraction? Let me tell you before we start that before understanding the concept of abstraction, you must first know about the inheritance and polymorphism. Okay, so if you have not watched our tutorials about polymorphism and inheritance, then please first go and watch these tutorials, and then you can learn the abstraction concept very easily. So let's talk about what is abstraction. Abstraction is basically the concept of hiding irrelevant details, which means to hide the unnecessary details from the user. It is used to display only necessary and essential features of an object to outside the world. Now what this means, outside the world basically means when we use a reference of object, then it will show only necessary methods and properties and hide methods which are not necessary. As I told you, you will understand these things more clearly when we move toward the implementation of abstraction concept in Visual Studio. Okay, so first let's talk about the abstract class and abstract method. So what is abstract method? A method without any method body is known as abstract method. Let me tell you, an abstract method has no body. Okay, we declare the abstract method inside an abstract class. We just do the declaration of that method and we do not implement that method inside an abstract class. So you can see this is an example. This is the abstract method. Okay, so you can see we just declare this method and we cannot perform the implementation of this method here. Okay, we just declare here and it must be inside an abstract class. Now the second thing is what the method contains is only the declaration of the method. Okay, so this is all about. And now for a method to be abstract, we must use the keyword abstract with that method name. Okay, so this is the method, and alongside with the method name we must use this keyword abstract to make this division method abstract. Okay, within the abstract class calculator, you can see this is an example. And then what is abstract class? So a class under which we define abstract methods is known as abstract class. Let me tell you, an abstract class basically contains the abstract methods and non-abstract methods. Now what are abstract methods about which we talked here? Okay, these are abstract methods. Now what are non-abstract methods? Non-abstract methods are basically simple methods which we implement till now, in the previous tutorials, which are basically the simple methods to perform things, okay, directly, and we first declare and then we perform the implementation. A method with implementation is basically a non-abstract method, and there is no keyword of abstract here. Okay, so that's why I say that public void addition, which is basically a simple method which receive these two parameters, input 1 and input 2, and then we perform this addition. So this is basically a non-abstract method. So as I told you, an abstract class must contain abstract methods. Okay, for a class to be abstract, we must use the keyword abstract. As you can see that this is the class calculator. To make it abstract, we must use the abstract keyword with it, just like we use the abstract keyword for the methods to make it abstract method. Now the abstract keywords basically enables you to create classes and class members that are incomplete. Okay, so basically when we write this abstract with the class and abstract with the method, it basically means that this is an incomplete method. It is just the declaration, and we must perform the implementation of this method in a child class or derived class. Okay, class. So basically this is an incomplete method. We have not implemented this method yet, and if the method is incomplete, then it means that the class is also incomplete. The abstract class is also incomplete. So this basically means which I explained, and must be implemented in a derived class and child class. Okay, we cannot perform the implementation of abstract method inside an abstract class. we must do the implementation of this method, which is abstract method, inside a child or derived class. So let's talk about some important points about abstraction implementation, or you can say the summary of the whole discussion is that is, for abstraction we use only abstract keyword with abstraction class and abstraction methods. We cannot create the object of abstract class. Okay, we cannot create the object of the abstract class, but we can create reference of the abstract class. We will see it when we now we will implement it in Visual Studio. Then you will understand everything practically. We can only inherit the abstract class, which I told you that we can basically perform the implementation of the abstract method of an abstract class inside a child class. So here it basically involves the concept of inheritance. So that's why I told you at the start of this video to first understand the concept of inheritance and polymorphism from our previous video tutorials. So we can override the methods of abstract class in derived or child class. This concept is useful in the inheritance of C#. So let's go to the end of Studio and let's create a new project and console.NET framework, and let's name this as Abstraction. Click OK, and our new project Abstraction is created successfully. This is our default class, which is program, and this is our main function. Okay, so now let's go with the same example, so that basically an easy example, so that we can understand the whole abstraction concept easily and practically. So let's create a class calculator. First of all, let's make this class abstract. To make it abstract, we need to add an abstract keyword here. Now let's create some non-abstract methods, or you can say simple methods here. So for that we can say public void. The first one will be for addition, which will accept two parameters of double data type. Let's say input 1, double input 2. And as you can see, this is our simple method, so we can do the implementation of it here. So we can say console dot write line addition results equals to, and this concatenation sign, and let's put two braces so that we can perform addition of input 1 with input 2. Make sure to put a semicolon here. Now let's copy paste this and let's create another simple method, or you can say a non-abstract method. So this will be for subtraction. So you can say subtraction, and here we can add minus, and here we can say subtraction results equals to, and then the result of that. Okay, so basically these two methods are our non-abstract methods, or you can say our simple methods. So that's why we can do the implementation of it here inside this abstract class. So abstract class must contain the abstract method. So let's create abstract method here, public void. This will be for division, and it should accept two parameters, input 1 and input 2. Now to make this method abstract, we must use abstract keyword here. Okay, so this is our abstract method. Now if I do the implementation of it, then you can see we got an error here, and it says that it cannot declare a body because it is marked abstract. Okay, so we cannot do the implementation of abstract method inside the abstract class calculator, which I already told you at the start of this video. So we must declare just an abstract method inside an abstract class. Okay, so this is basically the declaration of this division method. Now let's declare another abstract method, and that will be for the multiplication. Now the next thing is, as I told you, that is, we cannot create the object of abstract class. Let's try and create the object of calculator class and see that what happens. So we can say calculator. Let's create an object of it, C object, which means calculator object, equals to new calculator. And you can see we got error here, and it says cannot create an instance of the abstract class or interface calculator. So we cannot create the object of the abstract class. Okay, so now what we're going to do for that, as you can see, we can only inherit the abstract class, and also which I told you, that is, we must do the implementation of abstract method in child class, or you can say derived class or derived class. So first we need to create a child class for this calculator. So this is by the name calculator, and the child class of it, let's say, will be class, and let's say the name of that will be scientific calculator. So this is basically the child class of class calculator, of an abstract class calculator. Now here we need to use the concept of inheritance. So here we can say colon to make it child of the calculator class. We can use this colon, and then we can say calculator. So this is the now scientific calculator is the child class of calculator, abstract class calculator. Now here we can say, we are now going to do the implementation of this method here. So to do that, we can say public void division, and it must accept two parameter, double1 and double2. And in order to do the implementation of the abstract method here in the child class, we must use the keyword override. Okay, so we must override this method here. So we can write here override. You can override the method by writing the override keyword here, or also you can write this keyword after this public here. Okay, public override and this. Okay, so you can override the method like that. So override public void. Okay, and now let's implement the second method also, and here we can say multiplication, which is our second abstract method. Okay, and now here we can say console.write line, and let's change this to division result equals to input 1 divided by input 2, and we will pass that here also. And this is the multiplication, so we can say multiplication result equals to input 1 multiply input 2. Now let's create an object of the child class scientific calculator, and we will access it. So we can say scientific calculator. Let's create an object of it. So you can say SC, which means scientific calculator object, equals to new scientific calculator. And you can see we have successfully created the object of a child class. Now how we can access these overridden methods of the child class, and also the methods of a parent class, which is addition and subtraction. Okay, so how we can access this, or you can say the abstract method of a parent class, by using the object of child class. And I will explain also about the overridden methods. So first let's write SU object, which means scientific object dot, and you can see we have only access to the addition method, to the division method, and to the multiplication and subtraction method. Okay, note these 4 points, which these 4 methods name, because now later after some minutes I will explain something important. So first let's display it so that we can see either it is working or not. So let's pass, for the addition, let's pass 2, 4. Okay, 2 and 4 value, and let's copy paste this, and we will change this to multiplication. The second one is the third one is for the division, and let's say subtraction. Press Ctrl F5 and run the program. So here we go. You can see that addition results equals to 6, multiplication 8, division result 0.5, and subtraction result -2. Since you know that 2 minus 4 equals 2 minus 2. Okay, so by using the object of child class, we access the abstract method of parent class, or you can say an abstract class, and also these overridden methods in the child class. Now let's discuss this second point, which is we cannot create the object of abstract class, okay, which I show you earlier, and but we can create reference of the abstract class. So we can create the reference of abstract class. So what does it mean? It means that is, let's create a reference here, okay. As you know that we cannot create the object of it, so we can create reference of it. So for that we can call it as cref object, which means C reference object, calculator class reference object, okay, equals to, you can give it any name you want, but I use proper name so that we can understand easily. So to make it to make the reference of it, as you know that we cannot create the object of it, so we can create a reference for that. So we can say SC object, which is the object of a child class scientific calculator. So put a semicolon here, okay. And now we can access methods of child class, or you can say the abstract methods, by using this C reference object, or you can say this reference, using this reference. So how to do it? Let's write here, or let's change this to C ref C reference. So now let's press Ctrl F5, and you can see we have successfully accessed by creating the reference for the abstract class, okay. Now you must be thinking that why there is a need of that. I mean, we can access it with the object of child, and also with the reference of the abstract class, or you can say the parent class. So basically, as you know that inside child class we have the overridden methods of abstract method of a parent class, or you can say abstract class calculator. And you can you know that overriding members or overriding member are not pure child class member, okay. These are not purely the child class member. If a method is overridden in child class, it means it takes permission from the parent. It takes permission from the parent to perform action. So parent is completely aware of that methods. Parent class reference can always call the child class overridden members, or you can say the member methods. But this reference of a abstract class, or you can say the reference of parent class, cannot access the independent methods of a child class, which is our scientific calculator. So what is basically I mean by the independent methods? Let's create an independent method, like, or you can say the simple method, which is this one, public void. Let's say this is display, okay, just an example. So in this is basically a simple method, or you can say an independent method of the scientific calculator, which is a child class, and all the above methods are overridden. And here we can say dot right line, and we can say, hey, I am an independent method in child class. Make sure to put a semicolon here. So as I told you, this reference of the abstract class has no access to the independent, or you can say a simple method of a child class, okay. Now if we try to access this independent method, so you can see here cref object dot, and you can see we have no access to this display method of a child class. You can see we have just access to the overridden methods multiplication, division, and to the parent class simple method, which were addition and subtraction, okay. And there is no method which is the display method. So we cannot access the independent methods of a child class using the reference object of an abstract class, okay. So for doing that, what we will do, we can access this independent method by using its own object, of which is scientific calculator object for a derived, or you can say the child class. So we can say sc object dot, and now here you can see we can access the subtraction, multiplication, division, display, and addition. So you can see here it is the display method, which is the independent method of a child class. So let's run this now. Control F5, and you can see here addition result, multiplication, and here at the end we have, hey, I am an independent method in child class, and this independent method can be accessed only by the object of its own, I mean the child, which is our child object. Okay, you can see that we cannot access it by using the reference of an abstract class. So in this way, in this video tutorial, you have successfully learned about the abstraction, abstract class, abstract methods, and how we cannot create the object of a parent class, but we can create the reference for an abstract class. And also you learn that we cannot access the independent method of a child class by using the reference of abstract class. So let me tell you once again, to make a class abstract, we just add this abstract keyword with it, and to make a method abstract, we just add this abstract keyword with the method name. And as I told you earlier, we cannot implement this method inside the abstract class. Okay, we just declare these methods here, which are our abstract methods. Okay, so abstract methods can be only declared inside an abstract class, but we cannot do the implementation of it here. We can implement it only inside our child class. And yeah, that's it for this video. So yeah, if anyone is new to our channel, then please subscribe our channel Coding Cafe. Thumbs up for this video, and see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.